It's episode 1307, and it's the Relevant Podcast. Here in Orlando, I'm your host, Cameron Strang. It's going to be an unusual show today for a couple of reasons. If you listened to the last episode, you know that there's summer vacations happening. And so we're recording this out of order. And so we recorded literally yesterday, and a big part of our show is Relevant Buzz, telling you what's happening at the intersection of faith and culture. We told you all of it yesterday. Nothing has happened since then. So there's no Relevant Buzz today.
At the time of this recording, to be clear.
There's no Relevant Buzz today. We will have slices, but to make up for it, we have two guests. One, Tiffany Hudson is joining us. She has a brand new worship album out. Can't wait for you to hear that conversation. Just released a couple days ago. And for the second half of the show, Derek's partner in crime, Parris Chariz, is going to join us. He has a new album that's just a lot's coming up. So anyway, let's get the show rolling. Joining me from Loverland, Virginia, it's Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
From Nashville, artist, producer, mogul, Derek Miner.
What up, dog?
And just down the street there in Nashville, our managing editor, downtown Emily Brown.
Hey, y'all.
You guys were just together in Nashville a couple of days ago at a big soiree for Parris Chariz that I was not invited to.
Oh, my gosh, man.
So,
I didn't know you would want to fly down.
Derek,
I'm sorry. I
Emily,
apologize.
Tell us how great the soiree was and the specific reasons that came up that you did not want Cameron in attendance.
I will say on my
Emily,
drive-in,
I'll start with you.
On my drive-in, I passed a Corvette, and that was when I knew, like, oh, this is about to be like a good party because this is a nice area.
Oh, my goodness.
She did text me and say, if you know, Words Played and Andy Mineo were on a couple last week, and in the middle of us talking about the controversy in Christian hip hop, John, Words Played, made the point that Derek is just out of touch because of how rich he is, and started pocket watching Derek for a solid 10 minutes of the show, talking about how rich he is. Emily texted me once she was at Derek's thing Friday night, and she said, Words Played wasn't lying. This is a really nice house and a really nice area.
Oh, wow.
So,
Emily,
there you
I'll
go.
ask
I took
you
some
the
pics
question.
The hills of Antioch.
I'll ask you the question I asked Derek on that show. What is the square footage of Derek's home?
Too big for me to count. It was a really big number.
Gosh.
that's funny. All right. Well, we have a lot to get to today. Parris is joining us. Like I said, Tiffany Hudson's coming up. You guys got some slices? Because, it's just going to be silly stories for,
That's how we roll.
Silly stories coming up.
That's how we do it.
After this.
Slices.
Okay, it's time for slices. What do you have, Jesse?
Okay, a town in Long Island recently elected someone for mayor who was not on the ballot and showed little interest in running.
Wait, what? How did that happen?
Well, there were quite a number of people on the ballot, but the town was not crazy about any of the 46 choices. And so one of them suggests, why don't we just elect one of our old mayors? And he was approached. He said, I guess I'm not on the ballot. Then they asked the current mayor, maybe he could just run again. He says, I no longer want the job. And they had a massive write-in campaign. And the old mayor, who didn't seem all that enthusiastic, who said, fine, I'll do it, was elected. I love this. I think more politics. I think if democracy worked like this, unwilling participants, I think the whole system would function. I think we got a bunch of egomaniacs in office right now. I think the solution is simple. I've told you guys this before, that I think there should be a lottery. And if your number gets picked, it's like jury duty and you're just running stuff.
Dude, have you ever been to the DMV waiting area? I do not want random people in charge of things. Like,
listen,
it can't be much worse
It
than
would be
what it
more
already is.
representative of what the people need. I think these jobs should be so tough and so little upside that literally you have to write in people who did not even want the job. And I think if you... And I think it should be mandatory, just like jury duty.
It's like jury duty.
Some guy is a CEO of something making $2 million a year, but nope, you've got to be mayor on a $26,000 a year salary for the next 4 years.
It's the civic duty. It's the civic duty.
Got
I love this story. I love it. I love it too that they had 46 people on the ballot.
46 people on the ballot, and everybody's like,
and
none.
they're
None
like,
of them.
evidently it's a small
suck.
town of only like a few thousand people. So I feel like the people running for mayor had reputations, and I think everyone realized if any one of these lunatics gets the office, we're in a lot of trouble. The gig only pays $5,000 a year, but the
So
guy's
it's kind of like
do the
Schitt's
right
Creek kind of vibe, like is what you're
This
saying.
does feel like the setup for a sitcom, or at least like a plot line on Parks and Rec.
Reluctant mayor next week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
I
a
love
90s, like a 90s sitcom with like
Yeah.
kind of a rising stand-up comic who just needs like a family vehicle for NBC primetime,
like Perfect Strangers in the 90s or something. Where it's like
This
fish out of water.
has Nate Bargatze written all over it.
Yeah, exactly.
Nate Bargatze as
does.
the mayor
Yeah.
would be crazy. If he was written, this would be #1 show, period.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's kind of been canceled in the last 2 weeks. So
Nate Bargatze got canceled for what?
going to the UFC fight at the White House, like the internet went crazy, going like, "Oh, he's political now," and
Well,
and like,
because he went to the UFC fight, the battle of the White House.
yeah, and like literally everybody's going like, "You say you're not political and you're for all people, but you're picking sides now," and like the internet just went crazy with it. So,
which I think
I
his
don't-
response was, "I just wanted to go to a UFC fight." Like he really was
Yeah.
not trying to be political. He just
he
wanted
could
a
have
good
gone
show.
to another UFC fight.
I'm not. I'm
Anyway.
just saying.
But I do feel like the cancellation bar is it rises and falls, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it could
Yeah,
be
you
like
can never pinpoint it.
yeah, it could be truly bad behavior. It's like, attended a UFC fight on the White House lawn. You know what I mean? Like, again, like I get it. I get it. He doesn't position himself as political. It's the same thing with a lot of like artists and celebrities. You know what I mean? Like the people hold them to a very high standard. Sometimes we're like, look, he's just a stand-up comedy who does jokes about being a dumb husband. Like, do we really care? You know what I mean?
Also,
It's not even a high standard. It's their personal standard. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's their personal idea of what you should be doing or what they would do if they were in your position. The only
Yeah.
difference is they're not in your position, so they have no clue what they would do. So
Yeah.
that's usually what I see happening. Like I had a controversy this week because people found out I use curse words on my other podcast, and you got all these people that are saying I'm not a Christian, et cetera, and they have this perspective of who I am, but the only reason is none of them have ever met me. So they're like, I literally had a guy say, "Oh, this dude is probably just a ghetto guy, and his end is gonna be bad." Like this is a Christian rapper saying this about me.
what?
That I'm just a Christian rapper named Tyson James says he didn't hear the podcast. He heard a 15-second clip and he said, "This is why I stay away from these ghetto guys, because their end always ends bad." So pretty much he's saying he thinks I'm some sort of super thug in the middle of the streets. Meanwhile, I'm drinking matcha in my house.
You went glamping
In your
last
mansion.
week.
I went
You literally-
glamping last week
literally
with my
glamping.
wife.
literally
I'm
glamping.
the furthest thing away from what you would consider ghetto, but hey,
I've seen that house. Yeah.
It's the idea. Well, I guess I'm a little ghetto. I don't know. I guess you can ask anybody, but I ain't out here trapping. I got too much to lose to be doing any of that. But it's hilarious because people think that they hold you to their standard. They're like, "Hey, if I was him, I wouldn't have done that," but they think that it's God's standard or a higher standard. It's annoying to me, but I love y'all regardless.
Well, and two, just separating the art from the artist to a degree.
Right.
It's like, well, why does this affect the way, if you like my music, why does it matter if my standards don't meet your personal standards, whether it's like, the way I speak or what I feel like is a line for an implicit endorsement of a political idea, you know what I mean, versus yours,
Yeah.
which I just see like, does it make me like someone's music less or their comedy less just because they made a personal decision that I don't?
I've been to several Nate shows, and the crowd of his early comedy to now, he's on a line of Branson. He's almost Branson in the crowd, right? And so he's a conservative Christian from Tennessee, That's who he attracts. These are not people who would have an issue with him going to the White House
at all.
You know, right? So his fan base, fine with it. The people online are the ones who are up in arms and trying to cancel him. I looked; they don't follow him, and they're liberals. They don't like his comedy. You know what I'm saying?
But
yes,
the other
that
thing
brought me to the next point. Cameron, you are spot on. So Proper Excel clipped my pod. My community was absolutely fine with it.
Yep.
But then when you see the people that are saying they knew I was a sellout, they knew I wasn't a Christian, all of that, they don't follow me. They don't follow the podcast. They haven't listened to one thing.
Right.
So it's like Nate, and that's just me in my little world. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing like Nate Bargatze. So more than likely, what I found is most of the people that are critics and jerks, they have no clue who you are. They're just reacting usually to the headline or just reacting to, they don't even have knowledge of the full situation. So they're just reacting to their gut, how they feel. And everyone knows everyone's gut is right? We know, of course your gut's not always right? You know, I don't know. It's very interesting time between this and the robots.
Yeah. But I do feel like there still is the outrage cycle where it's like, okay, what thing can I attach my outrage at the world or the church or politics? How can I attach this to something that feels more visceral than just, you know, the stuff everybody's mad at? Oh, this guy I like went to a thing that I wouldn't have gone to. You know what I mean? Like that feels more personal and more directed. Like I feel like people have outrage at just a lot of things in the world, but don't know how to direct it. And when they find some, and Derek, for your example, like, well, maybe I don't like the direction, you know, some artists go with, you know, how sort of explicit they'll be in expressing different ideas. Like, well, how do I direct that outrage? Well, here's someone where I can just point it, and this feels like more cathartic. I think. I'm just saying those are two examples, but I think we see that every day, you know?
No, I think you're onto something. I think people are angsty. I think the economy's bad. I think people are hurting. I think they're frustrated. And I think we have too much information like that's coming at us all at one time. We have all these theories and ideas that are coming at us at one time. And if you're not careful, you will be cynical about everything. You'll be cynical about your food. You'll be cynical about people. You'll be cynical about faith. You'll be cynical about everything because there's always someone exposing something. This is the real Christianity. This is the real Christian hip hop. This is the real Nate Bargatze. But usually the guys that are exposing don't even know any of the people they're exposing. So now you're just stuck in this cycle of going from negative headline to negative headline to negative headline. And then you just fill with negativity. I found that the more I limit my thought energy, the more I limit that to people that are around me, the happier I am. Like I'm so much more happy when I care about people like Emily, Jesse, Cameron, who I talk to on a regular basis, and I save my energy for that as opposed to trying to, I just don't think humans were meant to consume as much information about the world as we get, because we just don't have the capacity to parse through it and know what's real and what's fake. So we wind up being constantly deceived if we're not careful.
And especially when the purveyors of that information that we're on the receiving end of are incentivized to make it as outrageous as possible.
Absolutely.
Because it gets them more clicks, more engagement, and kind of you know what I'm saying? Like, so the information gets more and more you know, sort of insightful of that stuff, you know?
Oh yeah. They know how to cook it up. They know, the marketers know how to cook it up.
A minute ago, Derek, you were talking about like saving your energy for like the good things, you know? It made me think of the Carl Winslow rap that I sent you this morning. Hold on, I'm going to play this real quick. Jesse, this is the craziest thing you've ever seen in your life.
I'm ready for it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I was there, but when my bottom was wet and I wanted to be fed, I let out a yell that could wake the dead. And everybody came running from their favorite haunts, saying, give that baby anything they want. So I learned my first lesson and I learned it well. If you want to get attention, yell. I say sound off if your life is in traction. Sound off if you want to get a break.
Why is he killing it though? Why is Carl Winslow going crazy right now?
I have no idea what that's from. I have no clue. It just came across
either.
my feed today. But I was like, this is the things we should put our energy towards, is knowing that Carl Winslow rapped at one point. I had no clue.
But he was rapping about being a baby. Like, it's an odd rap.
How do you get what you want? You shout it out. I'm like, okay. Yeah.
Hey, real quick, just sort of the cadence. This is a side note here. Just sort of the cadence of that. Well, the other day, the song "Rapper's Delight" came on. You know, like
what you hear is not a test.
Yeah, like it follows kind of the structure of every guy gets a verse, and then they go the hip, hip, hip. You know,
yeah, it went on for 33 minutes.
Like, but every guy's verse is like hanging out, partying, having fun. You know, there's one verse in there about food poisoning.
Where no, there's not. In a Rapper's Delight.
Cameron, go to the next slice. While you do this, I'm going to pull up. And we're going to listen to because one guy came to the studio and said, guys, I got this great verse.
What's crazy?
Side note, I remixed a song for Curtis Blow a long time ago, and it was hilarious. Like, I if I could find it, I'll send it to you.
Jesse, what's interesting about that era of hip hop, Rapper's Delight came out in 1979. How did MCing start? How did rapping start? Was DJs spinning records at house parties and mixing records. They would have an MC like hosting the party and like calling out people and whatever. And so those MCs just naturally started evolving where they would do little rap verses from time to time or whatever. But it wasn't what hip hop is now. But Rapper's Delight came out of that era. It was the first mainstream hit of that era. But that's why all the MCs are passing the mic and they're like, my name is so-and-so. This is who I am. They're like, that's what they would do at the house parties and stuff. So it makes it even crazier in that era that somebody wrote a verse about food poisoning because that's not what they were doing. It'd be like, this is my rep. This is my crew. This is who I'm with. Not food poisoning. They're not calling out the dangers of the snacks. That's so weird.
Because I just remember the first verse, a hip hop, a hippie to the hippie to the hippie to the hop, and it don't stop. And rocking with the bang bang boogie, and up jump the boogie to the boogie to the boogie to beat.
Right, that's what it was.
What
it was just
you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat. Yeah,
just me, my crew, and my
that's right.
Move your feet. That's what we're doing. That's all the MC did back then.
Because it's about dancing. It's about having fun. Like it was all about.
Except for one guy.
Party.
One guy was about food poisoning.
Had some bad Shake Shack before this.
He was like, I'm warning y'all, do not eat at Carl's on the corner.
There's literally a verse about being on a date and getting horrific food poisoning.
Oh, man. And I bet it's a true story. It's definitely a true story.
That's hilarious. All right, while you're looking for it, Derek, what's your slice?
So you all know that I'm the neighborhood tech guy, and
right.
So a DoorDash robot, which I did not know existed, but there's robots that send people DoorDash. It actually interrupted a SWAT scene in Arizona, and it would not leave. So they could not get it to leave.
The people on the receiving end of the SWAT ordered some DoorDash, and the little robot's going through
some Chipotle, and the robot was like, "Yo, I gotta get this
stand
to this guy.
Yeah.
I gotta get Gary the Chipotle hot honey chicken bowl." So I got a little clip. This is from KHOU in Houston. I'll play it for you guys.
SWAT situation in Arizona took a weird turn when a DoorDash delivery robot rolled right up and refused to leave. Imagine that during a SWAT situation. Okay, so the robot named Scott had a name. It refused commands from officers dealing with a weapons-related incident. It was removed by a technician from DoorDash.
That is the best thing on planet Earth.
Okay, that thing is huge as well.
Yes, just in case you order in catering. I guess in case you're ordering catering, make sure that it has enough space. But that blew my mind that the DoorDash robot was like, "Nah, I'm good. I gotta get this pizza to John."
I appreciate its loyalty and like commitment to finishing its order.
And it didn't judge. It was like, look, I don't care if you're in trouble. You're probably hungry. Like you need some sustenance, and I'm sure you're scared. So here, you could stress eat while they're trying to knock your door down.
Have you seen the ones all over LA? I'm trying to the name of it.
I didn't even know they existed. Well, I saw this one robot in LA. It's like
I think Uber Eats has them too. So
yeah, I didn't know that.
I think there's a few.
The ones in LA are like they're about the size of like a shopping cart. They're white and they have two headlights that look like cute little eyeballs and stuff.
Yeah, I did see that. I saw
they're
that.
everywhere. Like,
but what is it? Is that like a DoorDash thing too?
Yeah, it's a little delivery robots. And so we saw them all like lined up. I was over on like Fairfax or something, and literally, I'm at the crosswalk with a friend, and I hear, "Excuse me," and I look back, and the little robot wanted us to push the crosswalk button for it.
I don't like that.
And I did, and then it was like, and it just rolled off and like crossed like the thing, and I was just like, and then I saw him everywhere after that. But that was my first interaction. It literally like did a little cough and said, "Excuse me," and asked me, and like the screen said, "Will you press the button for me?" So
sorry, I love that. That's hilarious.
It was cute.
I can't find it in the video, but let me just read part of the verse because it's actually
Please.
two full.
Yeah, do a
verses.
dramatic reading. That would drive
Ever
it
went
home.
to a friend's house to eat and the food just ain't no good? I mean, the macaroni's soggy, the peas are mush, and the chicken tastes like
It's
wood.
like wood.
So you try to play it off like you think you can by saying you're full, and then your friend says, "Mama, he ain't being polite. He just finished up. That's bull." This is after you consume the poor food. So your heart starts pumping, and you think of a lie, and you say you already ate. And your friend said, "Man, there's a lot of food on the plate." So you pile some more food on that plate. And while the sticky food's streaming, your mind starts dreaming of a moment when it's time to leave. And then you look at your plate and your chicken slowly rotting into something that looks like cheese. Here's where things take a turn. So you say, "That's it. I got to leave this place. I don't care what these people think. I'm just sitting here making myself nauseous with all this ugly food that stinks." So you bust out the door. It's still closed. And you're sick from the food you ate, and then you run to the store for quick relief for a bottle of KO Peptate, and you call your friends too late later to say how you've been, and he says, "Hey, I understand about the food, baby Bob, but we're still friends." If you brought that verse to the
Yo, I forgot about that verse.
I remember the verse about
like
food,
wood.
but yeah, it's just.
It's
but I didn't
about
get
food
food poisoning.
poisoning.
I
Yeah.
got that it was just gross food. They didn't know how to cook, and it was just. I guess
this put him out of commission for 2 weeks.
He had to go get
says.
Pepto-Bismol.
He had to
He had to
get
get
KO
KO
Peptate.
Yeah.
He had to run out of the house.
Food poisoning.
And he said he was out of commission for 2 weeks after this.
Man, that's some rough.
But if you're
Hey,
the guy
baby
who's
boy,
like,
I understand
it's
about
like-
the food, but we're still friends.
but if you're
Okay.
part of the is it Sugar Hill Gang was the artist?
Yeah.
If you're part of that collective, you're like, "Yo, man, what's your verse about?" "Man, I got one about us just jamming out." One's like, "Dude, I got one about a block party." "Yo, I got one about, girls and hanging out." One's like, "Dude, I got food poisoning at my buddy's house the other day. Put me out for 2 weeks."
I had the
think that's
runs for
mine.
2 weeks. That's
I think
mine.
that's mine.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. That's Slices, everybody. Up next, we're gonna have Tiffany Hudson from Elevation. Well, our guest today is Tiffany Hudson. You know her from Elevation Worship, but she just released a solo album this past couple days called When You're in the Room. Emily had the opportunity to talk to her recently, and here's part of that conversation.
Having now done 2 solo projects and still being a part of probably one of the biggest worship collectives in Christian music right now, I just would love to know, like, what do you love about working on something solo, and what do you love about being a part of like a bigger group?
I've always loved being a part of a group. I feel like I am not like a one-man show at all. Like I love being one member of a team. There's just something so beautiful and biblical about just like community of like, we're all in this together. We're all one piece of a body. And I've loved that aspect of being on a team. I still love that, being a part of a church, that we all just can kind of like give our little piece of the puzzle, but we're all just one collective sound praising the Lord. And I think that's really special and grounding to be a part of. I will also say there's nothing solo about a solo project because there's so many people that have been involved, from writing, from producing, from the music, from mixing and mastering. Like, I just already feel like there's a whole nother crew that we're all coming together and giving this offering to the Lord, collectively also. But it does take, maybe a little bit more courage because it's something that I'm really fully backing of. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, this is a song I'm releasing. Like, it just takes a little bit more, something I've had to grow into. Like, I've not really had the confidence before releasing a solo project of like, man, I'm, 10 toes down standing behind these songs. Like, I can't hide behind my team or my church. It's like, no, this is something I feel from the Lord to put out. So it requires a lot more courage, I would say.
I'd love to hear a little more about that because I think a lot of people, they may not be releasing a solo album, but there's, we maybe start off in a group and then we feel God pulling us to do
Yeah.
something maybe on our own. Where do you find like courage or strength to do? Like, how do you find that, and how did you grow
Yeah.
into that?
For me, it really has been like, unless the Lord gives the green light or the yes, I don't want to do it in my own strength, because although I could probably make something in my own strength, right? Like, we all probably could muster up, have enough skill that we could make something happen and partner with people that do it. But if it's not green lighted from the Lord, I feel like I would just be operating in my flesh and, um, maybe getting into my own head of insecurities or pride or all of the things that just don't belong in this space. So I would say, like, yeah, how do you kind of come into it? Well, one, you have to, if the Lord says yes, you have to actually take the step and do it. And that's the scary part. With my first project, I was terrified to release it because I was totally going through all of the thoughts and feelings of, I don't want to care what people think, but I do. I want people to like it, but I don't want that to be my main goal. And a lot of that just has to be like wrestled out with the Lord. But you have to do it to feel a lot of those things. Like, you have to actually be obedient and say yes and do the work. And that's part of it, because God could, tell anybody to write a book, but it's the people who are courageous enough and disciplined enough to put the pen to the paper that are actually going to like feel the things and the fruit of it. So that's what I would say.
As you were working on these songs for this project, I would love to know, was there maybe like a message or theme that just kept like coming up, or a lesson or something that you kind of noticed throughout these songs?
They all feel very like singing to the Lord. I think that's maybe something that just the Lord's put on my heart of like, there's beautiful songs that can kind of encourage one another. And that's part of it as well. But I do feel like the heart of this is really just like singing to the Lord and different heart cries that he's put on my heart. The titles, When You're in the Room. And I think that really is like just the thesis of the project of like, that's our goal. Like, when the Lord is in the room, like, anything can happen. And that's what these nights of prayer and worship have been about. Let's come before him and let's experience his presence in a real way. And so my prayer really is that these songs act as an invitation for people to experience God's presence in their everyday life.
Yeah, I feel like what you're describing, we describe it as there's horizontal worship versus vertical worship. And it sounds like this is a vertical worship album.
Yeah.
And there's obviously places for both. I'd love to get your opinion on, since this is more of a vertical worship one. What do you think vertical worship does to our relationship with God when we engage in that?
Somebody said this, and I will never forget it. They said, who you're mostly thinking about during worship is who you're mostly worshiping. And that shook me to my core, because I'm totally at fault at times to be thinking about myself during worship. And I'm like, that can never be the goal. Of course, we are called to come together as the body and to encourage and uplift. And songs can do that as well. Like, I'm actually not against that. I do have one song in the project. It's called Fire in My Bones. And it's a song of activation. It's about being a bold witness for Christ. It's about going into the world and kind of activating, like, let's go. There's a fire shut up in my bones. We got to tell the whole world about him. So that's a little bit more like, let's get together and let's encourage each other to be his witnesses. But a lot of the rest of the songs feel like way more vertical. And I think that's extremely important and should be maybe even outweighing the other songs when we come into church spaces, because he's the only perfect one that's worth looking at. And I think when we see him rightly, everything else comes into place, right? Like, that he'll speak to us, but we've got to first start with magnifying and glorifying him and seeing him on the throne and not ourselves, right? Like we've got to see him. And so I feel like that's a super important thing that God's been putting in my heart lately.
That was Tiffany Hudson. Make sure to check out her new solo album, When You're in the Room. It's out now. All right, stay tuned. Up next, Parris Chariz joins us. Joining us now is Parris Chariz, Christian rapper. You may know him from Derek's other show. You Can't Say That in Church, as he co-hosts that with Derek. He has a brand new album that just dropped called The World Is Watching. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But Parris, before we get rolling, I have to ask, what happened to you in your past that made you such an annoying Detroit Pistons fan?
Cameron, what up?
I'm just saying.
I watched them win the 2004 ring. That's for starters.
You're from Detroit, though, right?
Yeah. Born and raised.
See, I thought, this is legit. When you and Derek were trolling me during the playoffs, I thought you were from Nashville. I was like, why does he care about the Pistons? What is this dude's deal? And then I found out you're from Detroit. So respect on that. So anyway.
No, we were assuming that you became a Magic fan because you saw Orlando get their first ring. So
oh my God.
Was that why you became an Orlando Magic fan?
I was there on the first game with my dad on the back.
But they haven't got a ring yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Yikes.
Gosh,
you guys are a few decades ahead of us.
Don't
Leave us alone.
Don't they get free passes to Disney World though every year? They get free passes, right? That's a perk.
When they're not in the playoffs, they get free passes. I mean, that's
they get free passes.
That's how we get all the free agents. We'll give you Disney tickets if you
give you Disney tickets.
We can't meet the Supermax, but we
can
do
give you a
have
ring, all right.
Magic Kingdom,
the Mickey Mouse ring,
eat around the world, Epcot passes.
That's why Shaq left, because he was so tired of It's a Small World. He was just like, I gotta,
get out of here.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, tell us about what's going on behind you. You're the number one dad. You're into golf. This is not the background that I would have expected.
I'm in Atlanta right now. I'm in my uncle's office.
Okay, I was gonna say. Gotcha.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So he's a pretty studious person, man. So I felt like it was only right that I come school Cameron on the likes of the Detroit Pistons. So I wanted to make sure my background. I wanted to make sure my background represented that schooling.
Yeah. Wait a minute,
Why did you
Parris,
leave
I thought
Detroit?
you were ghetto. That's what Tyson James said. We was ghetto. You out here to study.
That's the thing. There's a lot of ghetto people out there that do study. That's the misconception.
Common misconception.
Common misconception.
Why did you leave Detroit? Like, what happened? When did you move out of Detroit and all that?
I moved out of Detroit my 11th grade year or 10th grade year. My mom, she just saw my life going in a different direction kind of rapidly. And my uncle, whose house I'm in right now, he was in Oklahoma. He had just finished seminary at Rhema Bible Church. He wanted me. He came back to visit me. Yup. He came back to visit me. And I guess him and my mom had a conversation. And my mom shipped me off to Oklahoma to say, we ain't doing this. So I was in Oklahoma. I finished high school in Oklahoma, went to college in Oklahoma City. And that's kind of where I found music.
Really?
I was doing it before then. Yeah, I was doing it before then because my dad made music as well. Yeah, he had me in the studio and my sister in the studio at 6 and 7 years old. So I always had a thing for it, but I was trying to play basketball. You know what I'm saying? So.
Did you go to school for basketball? Jesse and I went to college in Tulsa. Both of us. Yeah. We went to ORU.
Oh, what college did y'all go to?
ORU.
ORU? Okay.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go to ORU. My uncle, he knew one of the assistant coaches. But I ended up I got a bunch of stories all day. I ended up dislocating my hip 3 games into my senior season. So everything that I was supposed to do with like trying out and walking on at ORU, it fell through once I dislocated my hip. And that's what actually led me to go to the same. I went to Rhema right out of high school because they had a basketball team, and I knew they played a lot of high-end schools at the top of the year. So to go against that competition, I went just to play, and I ended up becoming an artist and really diving into God around that time.
Yeah.
Ironic enough, like I didn't go to seminary. I chose to go to seminary so I could hoop.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part. End up finding my faith.
As most seminarians do, as all the great seminarians.
I'm here for something completely different.
Yeah.
Started out, they were trying to hoop.
Yeah, I heard Chesterton had quite the 3-ball. Like, you know, all the greats.
Breaking ankles. Okay, so you were in Oklahoma City, started making music, and then straight to Nashville. How'd you end up?
So
in
I lived in
Nashville?
Oklahoma. I went to college in Oklahoma City. I moved back to Tulsa. I didn't even finish college. My third year, I broke my foot. I just remember breaking my foot, going back home, and
saying, Derrick Rose, don't it?
I was like, goodness gracious, hips, ankles, feet.
Even before I didn't play my first 2 years because I was either hurt, I kept hurting myself, or I was ineligible.
Was that God telling you this is not your path?
It had to be. It had to be.
Because
at the same time, my music was growing. Drink milk.
You gotta get stronger bones.
That's a myth.
Anyway.
Emily, I ain't.
It's a myth. Anyway, so you got into music in Oklahoma City, and then straight to Nashville after that, or after Oklahoma.
Yeah. I mean, I moved back to Tulsa 2016, and I stayed there until 2025.
For real? So were you part of Mike Todd's
like
church or anything? Do you know?
Yeah. Mike Todd was one of my first youth pastors. I went to high school with Mike Todd's little brother. So he would always invite us to church. Me and my friends, he would always invite us to church. And we ended up going. And same with seminary. I only went to talk to this girl. And I ended up, you know what I'm saying? Getting further into my faith. I went to go talk to the girl. She went to another school, but she would come to church. And I was chasing after her.
Once again, like most great theologians.
Chasing after something else. Oh, God. I think that means I'm going to be a great theologian before my life.
Exactly. I heard Spurgeon. Spurgeon had the same path.
Spurgeon.
He just loved this.
Go ahead. He had this girl after the ladies. Yeah. Anyway, all right. So you have a new project out. Tell us about the album.
I know what you want. I know what you want. You wanted to love her, but couldn't get enough of the women you see on your page. You wanted it nothing but you. I gave up the games. We wanted the fame. I wanted the linens, the curtains, go yard duffer to told his name. The cash mean nothing if you ain't got something to show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, it's just my testimony in sonic form.
The testimony of breaking your hips, breaking your ankles, chasing women. No.
The testimony of the process of not wanting to chase women and be with one woman, and at the same time starting a business and fighting my past. I think just humans in general, regardless if you believe or not, we all hold on to our past in a certain way. So for me, it was just about the music is a representation of the things that I let go. Like realizing, I guess they say the first step to overcoming is admitting it. I think my last album, Take You to Paris, was essentially me saying, all right, I admit it. I know exactly. I've always known where I went wrong, but now I'm saying it on wax. I'm admitting it. And this album is about the intricate parts of what that means, as far as giving it up and just really trying to tell a thematic, more not necessarily a conceptual, but more thematic of different things that held me back, how I overcame them, and what life is like today.
So what drew you to Parris, like as an artist and stuff? What caught your eye?
Well, we've been working with Parris in varying degrees since about 2017, right? We've been distributing him for a minute. And one thing I really respected about him was his work ethic. I still respect this about him, is his work ethic and his commitment to excellence. But
no matter how many bones he breaks, he won't stop going to seminary.
It's crazy that because he literally almost died from meningitis.
Oh my God!
In 2023, I believe.
Do you have voodoo in your background or something? Is there somebody with
literally? Yeah. So, but watching
gracious.
him bounce back, manage all those different things, has been amazing. So then when we signed him, the first thing he said was he wanted to move to Nashville. And that's what prompted the podcast, everything. And it's just his dedication to the art form. But I think just as I've got to know him over this past year, it's his dedication to being a better person, better husband, better Christian. Like we don't have shallow conversations. A lot of times our conversations are just about exchanging notes. Hey, this is how I'm trying to get better at this. This is how he's getting better at that. And the idea of just being able to help the community at large with what we've learned. So that's the thing I love about him. Like he's an open book. Like the music, what you hear in the music is real. And I like real people. I don't like to be around fake people. So it's been dope being around them.
The album it's going to do well for you. I heard about the soiree on Friday night that Emily was invited to, and I was not. That was exciting.
Oh my God!
You gotta work harder. Sorry.
Blame the magic.
What?
Blame the
Man,
magic.
I hope you guys enjoyed your one good year of being good because it's all downhill from here. Just trust me. Dude,
it's all down here.
All
right,
y'all's
that's crazy.
flaws,
You said it's all downhill.
all y'all's flaws were exposed. Did you hear they're trying to trade for Tyler Hero from getting him out of Milwaukee?
From Milwaukee?
Yeah.
No, they need him.
I'm
They
good.
need him. They need somebody next to Cade.
They need somebody.
I hope they don't have to give
I
up
don't know
Duncan.
if Tyler Hero is the guy though.
You're gonna have
I
to
don't know if
pay.
Tyler-
You're gonna have to pay Duran, and then you're gonna be stuck with Duran as your guy. And
Nah,
like
we need to get Duran out of here.
I think we can give Duran another year because this is only his.
No,
he's
it's
up
only
for
his
an
second
extension.
year.
He's up
I
for
think
an
you run it
extension.
back.
We got to pay him or
you're gonna have to
not,
max him
so
out. $200 million. You know, somewhere between $1 and
I-
$200 million.
He ain't getting no 200.
He's getting paid
from me.
$200 million.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Nah.
Yeah, he probably is gonna get it.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-mm.
And then you're
This-
gonna be
this is
stuck.
fourth
You
year?
can't improve the roster. Yeah.
Yes.
Because remember he was with the Grizzlies before.
I thought this was his third year.
He was with
Wait,
the,
he was?
Yeah.
Duran was
I
with
thought,
the
yeah, I
Grizzlies.
thought he was with the Grizzlies first, right?
Are you thinking JJJ?
Nah. He got drafted by
I
the
might be
Grizzlies, I
tripping.
believe.
Yeah, you might
think-
be
I
thinking
think-
Jaren
Yeah, I'm
Jackson
thinking
Jr.
someone else. My bad. Yeah, I'm thinking
Yeah.
someone else.
Yeah.
So
Anyway,
embarrassing, Derek.
yeah, just right when we recorded this last night, the Giannis trade finally went down with Miami, and
Yeah.
it's NBA draft tonight. Which, when people are hearing this a week from now, will be old news. But
Oh, he played for Memphis College. That's where I got confused. He played. He went to. Memphis.
He went to
Yeah.
Memphis.
He went to Memphis. My
The
Played
well,
for
a
Penny.
well-known seminary there. in Memphis.
Anyway, all right, we're gonna play. We have a game we play called One Has to Go. I'm gonna give you 4 things, and you tell me one that has to go. That's it. That's all it is, and we'll go around the horn. Here we go. Parris, we'll start with you. Parris things: Eiffel Tower, croissants, wine, and Ratatouille, the Pixar movie. One has to go. You're expert in Paris, I assume.
Croissants.
Croissants
What?
has to go.
A lot of crumbs. I had
Croissants.
one over the weekend. Crumbs.
You guys are
for
having the
sure.
wrong croissants. That is
Yeah.
absolutely the one that should
Hey,
sing.
that's crazy. You said, man, get that Ratatouille.
I
Get the
need to
Eiffel
s-
Tower out of here. It's broke. It's broke anyway.
I need to.
It's
I need that.
already
I need
broke.
that. The Eiffel Tower. I need that. I need that statue.
All right, Emily. Hot things: hot Cheetos, hot girl summer, hot takes, and heat. Actual heat. One has to go.
Ooh. See, I was gonna get rid of hot Cheetos, but I think I might get rid of heat because it's too much. It's like
Ooh.
I grew up in
That's worse.
Texas, so I used to be able to handle heat, and Tennessee is like 5 degrees cooler. When I go back to Texas, I'm melting. Like I don't know how I lived there for so
You
long.
can't get rid of heat because we'll all die.
What a way to
Yeah.
go.
It's called the Ice Age, Emily. Bad things happen during the
Yeah,
Ice
I
Age.
love the
Bad
movie
things
Ice Age.
happen.
It was a great movie.
All right, Derek,
tough.
you're originally from Michigan too. Paris is from Detroit. You're from up
Mhm.
there, Pontiac. Detroit things: Aretha Franklin, Motown, Detroit style pizza, and the Pistons. One has to go. I have my answer.
Oh, Detroit style pizza. I'm good.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Really?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's overrated.
It's
overrated.
overrated. I'm
What
cool.
exactly is Detroit style pizza?
It's a
like
deep
deep
dish
dish.
that
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like
it's
layered
Different
with
than
sauce on the top.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Chicago puts sauce on the top, right?
Gotcha.
Oh,
And where's the
Chicago's on the
sauce?
top. It's
Yeah,
like
Chicago's
Jets,
on the
It's
top.
like Jets Pizza.
A place I do not go. Okay.
Detroit style is
So,
just
like this
deep dish pizza, as
deep
we think
dish
of it.
in
It's just
general,
usually
like the
Usually
real
cut in
thick.
squares.
Yeah,
More
it's
squares. Yep.
So
Yeah.
we're just butchering a pizza at this point.
Yeah. Jesse, minor things. Derek Minor's on the show. So minor things. Here we go. Minors, like the people who dig coal, minors.
Yeah.
Minors, people under 18. Minors,
Okay.
minors. Minor league baseball, and Derek Minor. One has to go.
Well, we got to keep Derek in play here. I do like minor league baseball, but
I know you do, but
I actually love
children of the
minor
world.
league baseball. But yeah, I mean,
Word.
someone has to extract natural resources for our consumption. We can't have, minors out of play. So unfortunately, it's going to be baseball.
Oh, okay.
Get the kids out of here, bro. I was about to say, get the kids out of here. Bro. Everybody is born at 18. That's what they.
Right. Everybody born as an 18-year-old.
Parris, here we go. Free things. Free will,
Three things.
free throws, freelancing, and free samples at Costco. One has to go.
Free samples at Costco. I can't get rid of my freelance or my free will.
True.
Seems like
Or
the
free
stakes-
throws, apparently. I mean,
Or Melo, you know what I'm saying? James Harden, I needed them. They won me a lot of parlays from the free throws. I ain't gonna lie. So my free throws,
That's
my
right.
free
They know
throws
how to
made me
get
some
'em.
money.
They know how to get them. Those easy buckets.
Yeah, them
Emily,
easy
Nashville
buckets.
things. Emily, hot chicken, Broadway at Nashville, the Hick Broadway, not the New York Broadway. Vanderbilt or bachelorette parties. One has to go.
Broadway. Yeah. I was going to say bachelor parties, but
One of the two.
Sometimes they
one
can
of them
be-
two.
one of them too. Yeah.
they're very
They can be fun.
connected. Yeah.
Broadway, I think we just need a reboot on it. Like, I think it could be good if it was
No,
vastly
it can't.
different.
It is gone. It's like the zombie apocalypse. Like you just leave it.
You can't
to
put it
what
back in the
is.
box.
I
You just
use
gotta.
Just leave it.
Derek, I saw
Broadway
you
is done.
filming content walking down the middle of Broadway
Yeah,
a week or two
but
ago.
it-
I was
'cause it
surprised
was-
you went to the honky tonks and stuff. I was like,
bro. Yeah. My videographer asked me to do that, so we just followed the videographer's plan. But that wasn't my original plan.
all right, Derek, here we go. Dark things. Dark chocolate, dark humor, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy by Ye, or Dark Child. One has to go.
Like the producer?
Yes, the producer, Dark Child.
Yeah, the producer. That's messed up.
It seems very personal.
What'd you say? Dark. What's the first one?
Dark chocolate, dark humor, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, or Dark Child. One has to go.
We get Dark Chocolate out of here. I'm not getting rid of
Yeah.
Dark Child. He made records with Michael Jackson. And I'm not getting rid of my Dark Twisted Fantasy. And Dark Humor is.
I was just trying to start another Christian hip hop beef. I was just lobbing it up for you. So.
No, I don't start beefs. So
All right.
He said he finished him.
Jesse, Tom Hanks movies: Forrest Gump, Castaway, Saving Private Ryan, or Toy Story. One has to go.
Definitely Forrest Gump. That movie's way overrated.
What are you
It's,
talking about? It's iconic.
Whoa.
Whoa.
No.
That's like a very
I was going to
beloved
say
classic.
Castaway.
No,
Yeah, Castaway was rough to watch, and then at the end, she had moved on. It was just like,
It was
seriously,
tough.
we went through all
Spoiler.
that, and he doesn't even find love at the end.
No,
that boy
agree to
found
disagree.
trauma.
Agree to disagree here.
Parris, things that got worse when they got popular: sneakers, like sneaker culture, music festivals, brunch, and tattoos. One has to go.
I'm gonna go brunch.
I agree. We don't need
I'm gonna
brunch.
go brunch.
Y'all are going
We
to the
don't
wrong
need
brunch.
brunch.
spots.
Yeah,
Me and Derek are
it's-
getting brunch, and y'all are not invited.
I know
Man,
brunch
y'all
was
ain't
pretty
invited.
undefeated.
We
Yeah.
finna
What would y'all
go
taking
after
out, though?
this.
Yeah, I mean, sneakers, music festivals,
I can't-
brunch, or tattoos.
I'm not taking. I
don't
got
need
tats.
it.
I'm.
Hey,
you
good.
going to a music
I'm
festival this
swapping the
week?
ink for the. I'm swapping the ink for the
Yeah,
mimosas.
exactly.
Every time.
Yeah.
I'm swapping the ink for the mimosas. I ain't gonna lie.
But you can have mimosas with breakfast.
Yeah.
No,
but
that's
don't hit-
problematic.
but then I
That's
gotta get up.
problematic.
I gotta get up at 8.
Right, it gotta be
don't
brunch. It
hit
can't be
at-
breakfast. It
at-
gotta be
at
brunch for the
11,
mimosa.
A
12.
mimosa, yeah. Champagne at 8 in the morning is a little
That's
crazy.
that's
You gotta
Champagne
wait.
at 8 in the
you
morning
have a
is a
problem.
lot.
You got a problem.
Yeah.
Uh,
I take my problems then.
Emily, 90s cartoons, Rugrats, Hey Arnold, Rocket Power, or Doug? One has to go.
Oh, Doug. I just never got it. Sorry.
Yeah. Derek, here we go. Comfort foods, mac and cheese, fried chicken, mashed potatoes, or biscuits and gravy? One has to go.
Get them taters out of here.
Yeah.
Mashed potatoes?
We're good. That ain't no comfort. We don't. I'm not getting rid of fried chicken. I'm sorry. I'm be, whatever.
Biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits? Are you crazy? Biscuits and gravy
I love
is lit.
biscuits and gravy. Yeah.
No, I love biscuits and gravy, but
I'm just not gonna eat just mashed potatoes just by themselves. I'll eat mac and cheese by itself. I eat fried chicken by itself. I eat biscuits and gravy by itself.
Biscuits and gravy by
I'm just not finna eat no bowl of mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes with the brown gravy or with the white gravy?
He didn't say no gravy. He just said straight taters.
That's
You
true.
you can find other starches to put gravy on.
Right.
That's true. Where are we at? Jesse, are we to you? Cold things. Cold turkey, cold brew, cold plunge, or ice cube, the rapper? One has to go.
Cold plunge. No
cold
question.
Plunge.
Yeah.
I do cold plunge. I do it now. I like cold plunges now.
Do you actually like it, or do you just tell yourself you like it?
I do like it, Emily. It's I'd never done one until I joined this gym, and now I'll do the sauna for 15 minutes, and you go right into the ice bath for 30 to 60 seconds, and then I go into the hot tub afterwards. The feeling going into that hot tub, the adrenaline rush, the endorphin rush is just everything's tingling. It's great.
That can't be good for your body to go to such extreme.
Yeah, I just like the way I feel once it's over. Like even if I don't do the hot tub after, it's just getting as your body heats back up from being in the ice bath, like it just feels everything. Your blood flow is better. All of that.
I think y'all are gaslighting me, but I'll let it slide. Okay, and that's going to be our show. We had some technical difficulties, not due to me. I want that to be clear. But we will need to wrap the show there. Before we go, though, we just want to make sure we say many thanks to Tiffany Hudson for joining us today to talk about her new album, When You're in the Room, and also to Parris Chariz for telling us about his new album, The World is Watching. You can head to relevantmagazine.com to see more from both of them and to see all the stuff that we're covering these days. Make sure you also follow us on social media. You definitely don't want to miss what we're doing there. And on behalf of Cameron, Jesse, Derek, and me, Emily Brown, we'll see y'all next week.